the song The Perc U Lator, we're going to be tuning to Dadgat, which means we're going to be playing the top string as D, then A, then D, then G, A, D. It's a really common alternate tuning. We're going to begin by doing a thumb slap on the top 3 strings, followed by a bass thump. I like to use my palm. And then we're going to do some harmonics on the 12th fret with our fingers, flicking them downwards. This will be followed by a snare around here on the guitar. After this snare tone, we're going to tap the 3rd fret on the top 2 strings. This is followed by another snare sound. So then what we do is we pull off with the right hand to open, followed by hammer onto the 3rd fret and then to the 5th fret. As we do the hammer onto the 5th fret, we're going to slap on the 12th fret, some harmonics. Now there's 2 alternate endings here. The first one, which is one that Ben Laps does, is... And what we do here is we slap with our thumb the top 2 strings, and then we pluck the 5th string and then hammer onto the 3rd fret and then pull off to open. It's really quick. Sounds like this when played in context. The second alternate ending is simply slapping the top strings and then hammering on to the 5th fret, pulling off to the 3rd, and then pulling off to open. This is how Thomas Lee plays it. Or something very similar. I think Eric Rouche does this too. So I like to mix it up when I play this song. I like to use both and, depending on what I'm feeling. Okay, so that's the first section there, that's the first phrase. The second phrase is going to be 7th fret harmonics. And then we're going to continue to play what we played before in the first bar. Then what we're going to do is 5th fret harmonics. And then back to 7th fret harmonics. And then how we end is, after the harmonic slap on and the 5th fret hammer on, we simply play a slap on the 3rd fret, top 2 strings. So it's like... And then we go back to the beginning. So it sounds like this. So now this takes us to the verse, which is... Alrighty, so what we have going on here is I play this chord. That's going to be hammering on with the first finger, 1st fret on the top 2 strings. And then I take my 3rd finger and put it on the 3rd fret, the 4th string, and then my pinky goes beneath that on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. You can do this, or you can take your third finger off as well and create that chord. I like to add my third finger. I'm not entirely sure how the original goes, but this is kind of how I learned it by playing by ear. And then the next chord, you slide it up 2 semitones. So from the first fret, and then to the third fret in the bass. And then as far as the rhythm goes, it's kind of a little variation you could do here. I like to do it like that, and then go for the harmonic slap after each chord. So slowing that down, we have. So it's going to be downstroke, slap with all your fingers, and then 2 upstrokes. And here's the rhythm. And then harmonic slap. Down, slap, up, up, harmonic slap. You could also do down, slap all your fingers, down, up. So you could 100% do that. I think it just came more naturally for me to do 2 upstrokes. But see, even then, I just did down, up. So there's 2 variations you could play that there. That's a simplified rhythm of that song too. Thomas Lieb and Ben Laps and Eric Rouche all have slight variations. So I kind of just found my own middle ground playing it there. Okay, and then the next half is... What's going on there is I hammer on with my third finger to the 5th fret on the top string. And then I use my index finger to flat pick. Got to make sure you have a little bit of fingernail there to get a nice tone. I play it twice, the 4th string open. That's down, up. And then I'm going to hammer on to the 3rd fret and then to the 5th fret. Followed by an upstroke. 3rd fret, 3rd string, pull off. You're going to repeat that again, so 2 times, and then you end it by going, which is 5th fret on the 3rd string. I kind of play my open strings on the bottom with this as well. You pull off, and then you go to the 3rd fret, and then pull off. 2 times in the beginning riff. And that ending right there. And then you go back to the chords again, so. Once more. And then you do something different. You go. What that is going to be 7th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open. So. And then you can embellish it and make it cool by going, maybe doing a little slide there. And then what I like to do sometimes is go, that's going to be 2nd fret, hammer on to the 3rd fret, pull off to the 2nd fret, and then pull off to open. And you can add in some muted notes there as well, slaps. So from the beginning of that, you have... chords once more. So right here, how we end it is the beginning riff, 5th fret, and then back to the 5th fret, and then we go straight to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string. So, and then we play this chord, which is barring the 3rd fret on the bottom 3 strings. Then the next chord we have that we're sliding up to is this right here, which is second finger goes on the 7th fret on the 5th string, first finger goes on the 6th fret of the 4th string. So we have, and then our third finger is going to go on the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and then finally our pinky goes on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And then I find myself muting the bottom string with my first finger. Or even just your pinky mutes it as well. So we slide up to that chord after playing. And then the next chord we go down to is going to be like a D major chord, only we're not in standard, so it's much different. And then we slide that up. So if you don't know what a D major chord is, first finger goes on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, second finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and then third finger goes on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So we play that one time, slide it up, and then we bar the bottom 3 strings on the 10th fret, and then we play the 12th fret. Now from the last phrase that we had on the verse there, it was first chord, second chord, slide up, and then hammer on from the 10th fret, barring the bottom 3 strings, to the 12th fret. Then we go back to the very beginning, which is simply going open, and then hammering on to the 3rd fret and then 5th fret with our left hand. But now we add in some percussion with this too. So what's going on here in the very beginning is we play open strings, and then we go with our thumb, and then with our fingers right here. So thumb on the top of the guitar, and then fingers on the front of the guitar. And then 2 more thumb hits. So 1 thumb hit, 1 fingers, and then 2 quick thumb hits. So it's like, and then what we do is we hammer on to the 3rd fret and then to the 5th fret. So, and then we add in a thumb hit between the 3rd and then the 5th fret hammer on. So it's like, and then we finish with thumb fingers. So it's like, so we play that 4 times or 3 times, and then when we go into the main riff, it's gonna sound like this. So slap, thumb, thumb, fingers on the right hand, fingers on the left hand, thumb hit again. 2 thumb hits at the end. And then we go to the main riff. Alrighty, so that takes us to the bridge. Here's going to be our first chord. This is, we're barring the 3rd fret on the bottom 3 strings, or 4 strings actually, and then our 3rd finger bars the 5th fret, top 2 strings. Well, I guess technically then it is the bottom 3 strings, and then I think the 3rd fret also hits the 4th string, so that's 3 strings with our 3rd finger on the 5th fret. Okay, so that's our first chord. And then what we do to get our next chord is we're going to go, and our second finger is on the 3rd fret. That's going to be 5th string, 4th string, 5th string. And then we're going to hammer on with our first finger to the 2nd fret on the 1st string. Mind you, our 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, so that's our chord there. 2nd finger is on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then our 1st finger is going to be hammering on to the 2nd fret of the 1st string. So from the beginning, we have our first chord. Then we're going to take this shape down. We're going to remove our first finger and then slide these guys down half a fret. And it's going to be the same 5th string, 4th string, 5th string. And then we strum that chord. So the two chords beside each other are. Alrighty. Now from the beginning. And then the last bar is going to be. Okay, so similar to what's going on in the verse, only instead of doing it on those strings, we're going to be doing it on, starting with the 5th string, playing the 3rd fret on the 4th string, pull off. So 5th and 4th string instead of 4th and 3rd string. So instead of like 2 of the 5th string, open, then hammer onto the 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then we're going to play 3rd fret, 4th string, pull off. And then we play the open string again, open 6th string, so. And then we repeat that riff again. And then end it by going 5th fret, pull off, 3rd fret, pull off, 4th string. So. Okay. Then we repeat again those chords. So the first chord, second chord, third chord. Alright. And then the second time around, we're going to end it by playing the D major shaped chord again. Sliding it up, and then once more, 10th fret, bottom 3 strings, to the 12th fret, hammer on. Alright, so the beginning of the bridge goes like this. Alright, ending it. Go back to the intro, the very beginning again. And then we end on the chorus riff, the main riff, which is. Now, the outro riff goes like this. That slowly is played with, so 3rd fret, tapping like we do, and then snare with the left hand, pulling off, hammering on to the 3rd fret, and then after the harmonic slap in the 5th fret hammer on, we hammer on back to the 3rd fret, and then pull off, and then get ready to tap the 3rd fret again. So let me show you that. And then we end on the 5th fret while harmonic slapping the 12th fret. And then you can do like a cool little, which is just playing around with the 3rd and 5th fret there. I like to do thumb slap, hammer onto the 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then even go to thumb slapping the 5th string. and then doing the same thing there. 3rd fret, 5th fret, so. And then ending on the 3rd fret, and then open, so. Something cool like that. And there you have it. That's how you play the Perc U Lator.